He pressed a stethoscope against the wall to eavesdrop on his neighbors' conversations. But listening in every day just wasn't enough. Jack's curiosity got the better of him, so he installed a bug. That's when he heard something big. The people next door were planning to rob a bank. Jack was about to call the police when he overheard another secret. The police chief was an old friend of theirs. Now he really couldn't sit still. He drilled a hole straight through the wall and slipped a tiny camera inside to watch their every move. The gang was going over their plan. They were going to dig a tunnel underground and use it to break into the bank vault. The boss's idea was to haul the cash out on a small cart once the tunnel was complete. The route happened to pass right under Jack's place. So he came up with his own plan. Cut a hole in his floor, and when the cart rolled by, skim a little off the top. When the gang finally took a break, Jack opened up the hole, climbed down, and coated the underside of the cover with glue. Then he smeared dirt over it to hide any trace. But just as he was waiting for the heist to go down, something changed. The boss started worrying the cart might be too unstable. He suggested using cat carriers instead. More reliable, harder to tip over. That meant Jack couldn't intercept anything mid-route anymore. To make matters worse, there was Anna's daughter. The girl had autism, so Jack hadn't tied her up. But when he wasn't paying attention, she slipped through the tunnel and wandered over to the gang's side. Luckily, Jack heard someone coming and hid beneath the stairwell just in time. The police chief had stopped by personally to remind the boss. On the day of the heist, he would pull all the cops away from the area around the bank. But there were two lockboxes they absolutely could not touch. Once the boss confirmed he understood, the chief left. Jack quickly pulled the girl back through the tunnel. She had taken something with her, a wristwatch belonging to one of the crew. There was no way to return it now, so Jack hid it. Later, the boss called Anna, but she refused to cooperate. Jack had no choice but to tell her the truth. The girl hadn't just suddenly stopped talking. She had been assaulted by the gang leader. He had threatened to kill her mother if she said a word. To protect her mom, the little girl had gone completely silent. When Anna learned the truth, she was devastated, but she pulled herself together and helped Jack slip past the gang's investigation. And that's when Jack discovered yet another problem.